Morty's Diner. Hot coffee without the toxic sludge.
And good evening. Welcome to Morty's Diner, and this is Morty. All right. How's everybody doing? And hey, Rich Mitch, good evening. So I'll be here for about an hour, or as long as I can hold out. I do want to get to bed reasonably early tonight because I have a very big day planned for tomorrow, and I want to get up about 6 or 6:30, maybe 6:30 at the latest. So maybe a 1 hour show. But if the Super Chats, Cash Apps, and Ko-Fis and PayPals are rolling in, then I'll stay on as it happens. Otherwise, about an hour. Oh, boy. All right. So what would anybody like to talk about? The invite link is posted, pinned to the top of the chat column. And we have 8 viewers right now, so I'm going to give myself a thumbs up. Means a like. Also, feel free to give a thumbs down, a dislike. That's fine too. And either way, that'll work. Hello, Hurritan. Morty, do you feel Rick Moranis was a comedic genius? No. Comedic genius? No. I knew him. I don't want to get into the details. I knew him and Dave Thomas. We were together for quite a bit, and 2 very nice guys. That's all I'm going to say about that. Very likable, very nice guys. Comedic genius? No, absolutely not. Peter Sellers, yes. Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, yes. And whatever. Don Knotts is more, I'm not saying he's a comedic genius, but he's closer to being a comedic genius than Rick Moranis. I think so. Thank you for the question, Hurritan. Okay. What about Eugene Levy? No, absolutely not. I found nothing funny about him at all. I used to watch that Second City TV show a lot. And, but I never found Eugene Levy or Harold Ramis, just to mention it. Nice a guy as he might have been, not very funny. And I have a Harold Ramis story, which I will not tell because I won't tell it. But it's a great story and reflects my comedic genius. Unfortunately, I can't tell that story. I mean, I won't. But a $20,000 super chat would certainly be an incentive. Okay. Did you hear Morty? He's still asking for a $20,000 wire transfer. Yeah. That's for the people who think someone's going to send me a $20,000 wire transfer. Okay. Very nice. Now, I never found him funny. Maybe in Canada, people found him funny. I just never found him much, whatever, you know. I liked Andrea Martin Short very much. Very funny guy, very talented. Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas were fine. Eugene Levy, bah. Who else was on that Second City TV? Was that John Candy? I don't remember. Maybe it was a long time ago. Yeah. John Candy was fine. This guy, Chris Farley, I don't understand anything about why people think he was funny. You know, but it's kind of like the same people who think Jack Black is an actor. So, I mean, I'm in a different place there. Anyway, hey, here's Morty's Diner. Let's show some pictures. And today has been raining, gray, and very cold and windy. So this is Morty's Diner on a rainy, cold, gray, cloudy day here in the Northwest, or Los Angeles, depending where you think I am. Here's Morty last night, drinking Bushmills and Benzos. Got up at 5:30 this afternoon. Didn't know what day it was. I looked at the clock. It said 5:30. Didn't know if it was 5:30 in the morning or 5:30 in the afternoon. But just another day in Morty's life. Is he serious? Yeah, this picture also represents many of the viewers of this audience and the Archie verse, or just the verse, the watch community, put it that way. And you can see the look there. We all know who that is. We know who that is. All right. Here's the other part of the viewership. Smoking their blunt, smoking their brains out. This guy's brain is completely fried. Absolutely right. This reminds me of the guy who's drinking that liquid death and the Zin pouches, you know, and 10 Red Bulls a day or whatever he drinks. I wish he'd calmed down. Well, he doesn't smoke anymore, but I wish he'd, slowed down on the caffeine and nicotine intake. It's just bad for his health. If you haven't been watching the Watch Nicholas channel, this is the content that he's been providing. Here's a screenshot of Watch Nicholas from a couple days ago. This is a typical panel content. You got Ross, Rachel, Brady, and Marcello time with the bird on his head. That's what you're missing on the Watch Nicholas channel, or if that's what you like, go check it out. I wouldn't call this riveting content, but that's what the Watch Nicholas channel most recently has had on the show. You can only imagine what they're talking about. Oh, here's the latest on my poll on my YouTube post page. It's been updated now, 7 days. Which would the community audience prefer? There's 21 votes now. Morty unalives himself. It's up to 57%. Well, the audience is really speaking here. Okay. Morty has a stroke, 0%. Morty has a heart attack and dies, 0%. Morty simply disappears and is never heard from again. A strong 43%. But now we've got a 10-point lead. Morty unalives himself. Morty aims to please, so we'll see how that works out in the near future. 57%, baby. Okay. What is this? This is a screenshot from Watch Nicholas. Oh, I don't need that. Okay. And the face blasting. Face blasting. Some people just enjoy being humiliated. Correct. So maybe there's some of those people watching the channel right now. Maybe not. All right. Let's continue back. Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Mort. The crappy. Happy New Year. Fight all the haters. Yeah, well, I mean, they hate. And, it's just, they're sick people. What can I tell you? Sick people. Okay, Darth Disputer, good evening. Morty, I don't appreciate that Lex is trying to compete with you in the diner business. It's okay. I mean, he's got a diner, late night diner, and on a different galaxy and planet, and It's okay. I don't see it as competition. He's got an interstellar customer base. I mainly stay with Earthlings and the visiting alien on occasion. So I don't see any competition, Darth. No problem. Okay, Davey, channel member. I filled in my answer. Morty falls down 2 steps of stairs. Oh, that's well. You're only allowed 4 choices on one of those YouTube polls, but falling down 2 flights of stairs. That's that could work. I've been thinking about the different ways of a new poll. Like, which would the audience suggest? 1, rope. 2 could be falling down 2 flights of stairs. 3, pew pew. 4, bridge. Okay, some combination like that, and then see how the percentages break down with the audience recommendations. Thank you. Jimmy, Morty's Reuben sandwich, wedge fries, and pie are the best in the West, man. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that comment. Thank you. Boris is here. Ha ha ha. I love the choice of man-pig character. Pigman. Can my sandwich be an egg salad sandwich with lettuce on Japanese milk bread? You want to be on the board? You want to be on the board? You want to be in Morty's YouTube celebrity menu after all the put downs and slurs you say about me on the other channels? Really? Well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Hello, Basil. Hopefully America doesn't have a wrench here. No, I don't know who America is. Maybe I don't recall, but no. Snaky Boris. Yeah. By the way, as the owner proprietor, I select the YouTube celebrities for the YouTube celebrity menu. But I've been thinking if anybody, because there's some people out there who mentioned they want to be on the revised menu coming this month. And I think for a significant show of support to the Morty's Diner channel, we can add them to the menu because there are going to be some replacements and some additions. So for a $250 PayPal or Cash App, one can be added to the menu. That's not a super chat. It's a PayPal or Cash App or Ko-Fi. Okay, that's all in the description, and that information is linked in the very beginning of the chat section at the very start. So $250, you can be added to the menu, the YouTube celebrity menu, unless Morty, unless I pick you myself, which and some people I would never pick to be on the menu. Okay, Boris, LOL. Oh, let me go back. Boris, 99-cent super sticker. Well, thank you very much for that channel support, Boris. Put Boris under the kids menu. Well, that's very interesting. Yeah. Okay, Adrian ever calling. Good evening. $9.99 super chat. Show support for Crappy. Thank you. For Morty, I mean. Happy New Year, Crappy the Mort. Can you please refresh my memory on the penance list? Specifically to reinstate the Baba. Really? You want to see? Well, I have that here somewhere. Since you mentioned it, I think I have it. Yeah, here it is. This is the penance list. I don't think I've updated. I don't think I've revised it since I've posted it, since I've made this. Dr. Bob is $550. Golden Baba is $750 penance. Narc, yeah, this has been changed. Narc is $2,000. This is an older screenshot. Watch Nicholas 5,000, Uzi 5,000, and that guy is 21,000 plus an exorcism. Yeah, Narc is 2,000. That's correct. That answer your question? Very good. Okay, let's let me go back. Where's the pig man? There we go. Okay, MT85. Hey, man. 9.99 super sticker. Thank you so much for the continuing support, MT85. All right, that answers your question. Jimmy, Morty, do you think 2026 will be the year of the face blast? Or will those people finally come to their senses? No, they will get worse. Their conditions always get worse. I've seen them over the years. And whoever it is, they get worse. It's a chronic condition, and they just get worse and worse. Davey just PayPal'd $100. Thank you very much, Davey. Super chat, $100. Thank you so much. T85, thank you. Okay, free the Baba. Why are you so Team Baba? AD never calling. The Vulture. Jesus, the Vulture is getting his scraps tonight. Unbelievable. Okay. Exactly. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Versace boy. Someone very critical of Morty on the other channels. Opioid pills mixed with your daily cocktail of benzos would do the deed, Morty. Opioid pills. Well, I do have opioids. Okay. And with your daily cocktail of benzos, yes. I got a resupply, so would do the deed. I don't know if that would do the deed, because I'll tell you, I've heard stories. In fact, in the Eric Clapton autobiography, this was back around, he's talking about, say, 1969, 1970. Because every night he just wanted to kill himself, he talked about. Even though he was a millionaire, had a gold-plated career, a solid gold career, millionaire, 23 years old, 24 years old, all the women you could possibly imagine, international fame. And he went home every night and wanted to kill himself. So sometime in the 70s, he came home and he just swallowed a whole bottle of Valium that he said he had. And because he said, that's it. He was going to hang himself off of a tree in his backyard. He also was going to do that. Or he did it. I don't remember the story on that one. But so he just took the whole bottle of Valium that he had. He said he woke up the next day. No problem. So it doesn't always work. Then again, he was heavy duty into the drugs at that time. So 20 or 30 Valium tablets maybe wasn't enough. But no. If I'm going to do it, you got to know it's going to work. I don't want to wake up the next day, Jimmy, what the fike? Dr. Bob? Wheelie? I'd have thought Bird Brain would be on there before him. We love Dr. Bob. Well, I used to like Dr. Bob too, but he's done some very bad things towards me. Very bad. Unconscionably bad. And unexpectedly bad. And it's not acceptable. It's US dollars. AD, Crappy the Mort. Who do I have to fuck around here to reinstate the Baba? You could fuck yourself. No. Penance is not made by... You don't make penance by having someone else do penance for you. That doesn't make any sense. You don't go to the church and say, Father, I'm here to do penance for my friend Jojo. He couldn't make it today. I'll do the penance for him. That doesn't work like that. The penitent has to do the penance, not some friend of the penitent. That doesn't make any sense. Basil's. Otherwise, it wouldn't mean anything. That's like, I'm going to commit crimes, bank robberies and armed robberies and serial rapes. And when I get arrested, somebody else goes to jail for me. That doesn't make any sense. I have to go to jail. Do the crime, serve the time. Can't have someone else go for you. That doesn't make sense. Baba can run the polls for Morty, AD. What does that mean? Yes, Basil's. Baba offers great riveting content. Right. Okay. AD, yes, but with more energy. Crappy and Baba actually have great chemistry. It doesn't take a doctor report mind to know this. Okay, well, Look, I don't tell these people what to say. They put themselves in these positions. I don't maneuver and manipulate people to say this or say that, or act this way or act that way. They are who they are, and you know, I'm only being reasonable. You know, if you're just going to come here and blast the fuck out of me, then I and spread shit and gossip and hate and rumors, I don't need you here. Now, I watched Nicholas say on the penance list, he said, Crappy wants me to pay $5,000. No, he said, Crappy expects me to pay $5,000. No, that's not it at all, Watch Nicholas. No. If you wanted to be here, then you can do penance and, send the $5,000 PayPal or Cash App. I don't expect you to do anything. You don't want to you don't want to do it? Fine. I'm not forcing you to do it, You know what I mean? It's I got my channel here going just fine, with or without those people. And if they want to be here, then, humble themselves before the altar of their choice and do penance, then they'll be welcomed back. If they don't want to do that, it's fine. Okay. All right. You know what that means? Only the penitent man will pass. Like in Indiana Jones, correct? Yeah. By the way, I saw on Tubi or Pluto, this is like in the last week, there's an Indiana Jones movie, which I had never seen before, and in fact had never heard of before. So it wasn't Raiders of the Lost Ark. It wasn't the Temple of Doom, the one in India with the eating the monkey brain thing, And it wasn't the one with the Holy Grail, where the penitent man will pass, with Sean Connery. It was another one. And he's reunited with that character from that woman from the first Raiders of the Lost Ark. I forgot her name, the actress's name, who is also an anthropologist or something like that, who he had a fling with at the time. And she's back in that episode. And I forgot what they're looking for. Oh, the Crystal Skull. That's what it is. And that movie, I'm sorry to say, or I need to say, it was terrible. It was so rote, formulaic, and without any originality. The script was trite, just rehashed content from the first three movies. I watched about 40 minutes. I can't take this. It's terrible. Did anybody out there see Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls, or whatever that title is? It's just terrible. Terrible. But anyway, okay. AD. Okay, so I'm going to arrange for the penance to be paid. Can you offer me a pistol? No, it's not discounts. Yeah. Do you go to the church and ask the priest for a discount? Just so to speak. Did you hear what Davy Smalls did you hear what the junk guy said about the Holocaust? He said there's two sides to the story. No, the answer is no, I didn't hear what he said. Jimmy, Indiana Jones is a great grandfather now. He needs Geritol. He needs Geritol to crack the whip. No, I mean the one with the crystal skull. It's just unwatchably bad. Hello, Max. Jimmy. Yeah, Morty, they trying to grab the easy money, watered down Indy. The original was the best. Yeah, Raiders was terrific. The one with the Nazis, the second one, terrific. The third one was good with the Grail. That was good. This Crystal Skull thing, just awful. Absolutely awful. Not every Steven Spielberg movie works. 1941 I tried to watch that. That was on Tubi or Pluto a couple of weeks ago. I'd never seen it, so I watched that. And I lasted about 10 minutes. I said, I can't watch this. It's terrible. Terrible. Now, maybe it turned out to be a good movie, but it's terrible. Okay. And I've never seen The Color Purple with Oprah Winfrey and that's a Steven Spielberg production. But I'm not going to watch Oprah Winfrey. Was it Oprah Winfrey in that? I mean, geez, I'm not going to watch that shit. Boris, anyone watch Morty Supreme in theaters over the holidays? Is it worth seeing? Morty Supreme, baby. What is that? I don't know what you're talking about, Boris. AD. In lieu of the exorbitant pirates of Penzance fee, what if I gift you a brand new Spect and Zone Equinaut? That's worth at least $1,500. No, I don't know what that watch is, but no, this is not a deal. You don't go to the church and make a deal with the priest. I mean, if you're on The Sopranos and you're Paulie makes deals with the priest and how much money he's going to donate for the annual festival, but and Don Corleone, Al Pacino, he makes deals with the Vatican, head of the Treasury, but I'm talking about penance. Penance has to be genuine, or it doesn't mean anything. AD, no, I don't want that watch. Okay, thank you. MT85, I'm selling calves tomorrow, hoping for 500 pounds plus. What does this mean? Hold on. I'm selling calves tomorrow, hoping for 5.00 pounds plus. I don't know what you mean, MT. JT, Morty, do you prefer the Ozzy or Ronnie Dio version of Black Sabbath? I don't know the Ronnie Dio version of Black Sabbath. I just know Ozzy from Black Sabbath back from the very beginning. I know Ronnie James Dio from Rainbow and his solo career. I don't know him from Black Sabbath. But yeah, I've heard a lot of this stuff. I'm not a Black Sabbath fan, If I listed my 50 favorite bands, Black Sabbath wouldn't be there. Neither would Megadeth or Metallica or any of those other. Dio was a terrific singer, yeah. Interesting guy. Eddie, Morty, maybe it's time to think differently. More like the award-winning Docs report. Open the doors to creative talent. Well, I have, and they just are not nice people. I've done that many times, and I just, it's not worth it. And we have a guest, so I'm going to lower the background music. Give me 1 second, please. And we have a super guest. MT85, how you doing?
Hey, Morty, how you doing?
I'm pretty laid back and relaxed. I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm selling some calves tomorrow. I hope you get $5 a pound.
Oh, I see what you mean. Is that a good price, an excessively high price, or a little low?
Yeah, it's what the market does, Crappy.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so. And how many pounds total do you think you might be able to sell?
Probably about 100.
100 pounds? Okay.
Yeah, probably about 100 pounds tomorrow. The Florida sun is really hot.
Is this MT85?
Yeah, can't you tell?
No, it doesn't sound like you. This is Uzi.
No. This is MT85.
No, it's Uzi. So, you're such a loser. You're such a retard, Uzi. It's unbelievable. Get a life, baby. Okay, that was Uzi. What an absolute tosser. What a wanker. To show you how stupid he is, listen to this. He's going to sell calves tomorrow. All right. He's hoping to sell 100 pounds at $5 a pound. Now, this guy owns a cattle ranch, the real MT85, and he's doing a cattle sale tomorrow, and he's going to sell 100 pounds at $5 a pound. One calf by himself weighs over 100 pounds. What a dumbass. What a dumbass. You see, this is Uzi. He won't do penance, but he says he hates this channel. He says he's unsubscribed. He says this repeatedly. He says he hates Morty, and he keeps trying to come on the panel. And and in the chat. What a jeez. What a sad character. Sad guy. Uzi, do the penance and you can come on the show. Perform your penance. You know it's the right thing to do. See, I'm the one who tries to be friendly to these people. And what do I get for it? They just they're not able to return in the same friendly manner. They just that was not MT85. That was Uzi. Unbelievable. What a life that guy has. He spends all day driving the tow truck, going to the gas station, drinking Red Bulls and Zyn nicotine pouches, smoking his cigarettes all day long, 5 packs a day. And he goes on these YouTube channels, screaming the N-word, getting channels closed down. That's his life. And he, 5'4", 5'2", or 5'4", and he needs recognition because nobody gives him any appreciation as a human being at all. Guy's in the junk business, So he goes and spends $25,000 for 2 Rolex watches, and he's going to buy a third, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 Rolex, because he thinks that'll get him recognition and respect, and people will look up to him because he's a 5'2" midget with a gold Rolex that nobody gives a shit about. That's why he's into the machine guns too, because he's a 5'2" tow truck driver that nobody looks up to at all, for anything, He's so he thinks by buying machine guns that'll make him the talk of the town, the big man. He's the big man. He's got a machine gun. Jeez. The machine gun does not make Uzi a quality human being, nor does his 2 or 3 gold Rolexes, nor would $100,000 Patek Philippe. Uzi, I tried to be your friend, but you just can't hold in your anger and hate and viciousness. And I don't know why, because I've never done anything to you, Uzi. Okay. Yep, that was Uzi. No, that was not MT85. Unbelievable. I think Versace Boy might be Uzi, by the way. I'm just not sure, but yeah. 100 pounds. He's gonna go for a 500. He's selling his calves tomorrow. He's gonna gross $500 total. Unbelievable. Boris, cattle sells for $1 or $2 a pound for young cattle. Uzi might have been thinking of cats. Okay, well, a cat is 10 pounds. And that's 10 cats. Unbelievable. I don't let Uzi on. He sneaks his way in because he's a sneaky. If he was a man and showed up backstage under his actual avatar, I wouldn't let him on, but at least, he'd be dealing with me honestly, Boris, MT85, it is less per pound or more. It's been years since I've been to a livestock auction. Okay, Uzi, now do your Archie impression. In fact, Uzi did that a week ago on my channel. He came on with Pasta's avatar. Took me about 30 seconds. Now I realized this guy is too stupid to be Pasta. And I realized it was Uzi, and I disconnected him. Yeah. He's the boss at Marcello Time channel now. Well, there's that picture. This is Watch Nicholas, but this is the same content you'll see on the Marcello Time channel, where Uzi's the big boss. You got Ross Rachel Brady and Marcello with the bird on his head. Did you people see Marcello shaking that bird? I couldn't believe that. He went into some spasmodic fit, and he was like screaming in a retard spastic seizure, and he was shaking that bird like for 5-10 seconds, violently shaking it. Holy fuck! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. If you haven't seen that, maybe I can make a clip of that. I mean, it was just incredible. Yeah. A poor bird. I mean, unbelievable. MT85, depending on weight, but calves are 350 to 450 are going for $4.5 to $4.5 or $5.5 a pound. Okay. So a calf is about 450 pounds, and they sell for about $5 a pound. All right. All right, here's the stupid comment of the night. Here it is. AD. Rabbis negotiate, priests negotiate, pastors negotiate, imams negotiate. Come on, Crappy, will you accept $500 to reinstate Golden Baba? Well, you see, now this is interesting. When I first put up the penance list a month or 2 months ago, out of the goodness of my heart and as a goodwill gesture, I had Baba listed at $750, and for one day only, I offered him a discount of $250. So it would have been $500 penance. And the next day he went on one of those other channels and said, "Did you see Crappy with his fucking penance list? I wouldn't pay that fucking cocksucker $1.95. He can go fuck himself." He said something like that. Fuck Morty. Fuck him and his list. Fuck him. Okay, well, I gave him, but I did give him a $500 offer. And he told me no, whatever. So no, it's $750, and I'm actually considering raising it, due to his recent behavior. But for now, it's $750, and no, it's not. So it's not $500. Okay. Boris, that's insane prices per pound. Have prices gradually increased, or was it post-COVID? We're talking about beef cattle auctions. Amazing. Uzi continually defaming MT85. Well, Uzi defames himself whenever he shows up and opens his mouth on any channel, Basil's Versace Boy has been around for a while, Morty, mostly on Tim Wright's channel. Oh, okay. Well, then I stand corrected. Very nice. Last 2 years, prices have doubled, Boris. AD. Don't be like Watch Nicholas and back yourself into a corner with no talent. I mean, we can only handle so much Spring and Fialta. Listen, no one's holding a gun to your head, AD, to watch this channel. If you don't like it, go over to the Marcello Time channel and enjoy the riveting content there. I'm not going to be abused and face blasted by these people. I have integrity. I stand up for myself. I'm not a cuck. The show needs guests. Well, the invite link is up if anybody wants to hop on. Yeah, he was squeezing the bird and shaking it. I couldn't believe it. I felt like that bird should be taken away from him. Okay, now we have another person backstage with a fake screen name. So, unless you want to show me who you are backstage on the camera, I can't have you on the show because you're probably Uzi or some other. What does it say here? Yeah. Look who it is. It's Uzi again trying to get on. You know what he did? All 32 viewers, he typed into the private chat the N word. He spelled it out, all the letters. So it's Uzi, you know. What a sad, sad guy. And of course, the anti Semitic insult. Incredible. A really, really sad case. Okay. Oh yeah, he I think he like was squeezing the bird and then shaking it violently. I couldn't believe it. I didn't see him say. Davey, yeah, yes, he was, and he regularly puts the bird in his mouth. Okay, MT85 is backstage again. I don't know if it's the real MT85. You'll have to. Oh, no, he just disappeared. Okay. Yeah, it was fucking nightmarish torture, animal torture. I don't think he called you a cocksucker. Well, like I said, similar, content, similar, insults. Nasty, put it that way, nasty insults. Cruel, nasty, uncalled for insults. Yes. Jimmy, nasty, vicious language by that's all they do, right? Darth Diggler. I have a dude who I buy beef from his refrigerated truck. I don't ask questions, but I can buy tomahawk steaks for like 35 to 40 a piece. Okay. And MT85 is backstage again, but MT, you'll have to give me the password or let me see yourself. Oh, okay. Uzi's backstage. Oh, hold on. That's not it. 1 second, please. I'm doing some technical work here. More N-word slurs from Uzi on the private chat. Incredible. Sad, sad, sad. Boris, 35 viewers. Pretty good. Morty, any thoughts on the Venezuela situation? Yeah, we can talk about that. Just give me a minute. Let me catch up. AD. For the record, you're turning down $500 cash. Yes, I need to know because it'll take me some time to raise the funds. I don't want my AD. The money, you don't get it. You can't do penance on behalf of Baba or some other person. It doesn't mean anything in that regard. It has to come from the person's heart, and soul. Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything. Now, if you want to contribute, donate $500 to Morty's Diner, PayPal, Cash App, whatever. Absolutely, it's greatly appreciated. AD never calling. I accepted your apology, and welcomed you back, and I never demanded any penance or penalty fee for the hateful treatment you gave me for about a year, destroying my life. So whatever. Boris, 35 years. Yeah, Venezuelan situation, absolutely fantastic. Trump is the greatest president of all time. I said that for years. The greatest of all presidents. He'll never be topped. And the people in Venezuela are in the streets by the millions, cheering and crying and praising their freedom by Maduro, who was not an elected leader. He was a tyrant dictator, who took over the government. And they're thrilled and happy and love America and love Trump. And the deranged, lunatic, leftist, liberal fanatics on MSNBC, CNN, and Mayor Mamdani and Gavin Newsom and these retards, Bernie Sanders, they're the ones freaking out. How dare he do that? But the people who are impacted, the Venezuelans, they love Trump and they're happy. They have freedom. So it's fantastic. And I love how Trump said The presidents of Colombia and Mexico, get your act together or you're next. Beautiful, beautiful. Correct. Yeah, I couldn't believe that bird should be taken away from him the way he treated that bird. I mean, he's not. He's, enough of that. Okay. Bug zapper activated. Cache there. MT Earth. I fed out a few steer last year. Came out to $8 a pound. Let me take a look at something here. Hang on, folks. I'm working on something. See, I don't even know if the MT85 that's in the chat is the real MT85. Like right here. That could be Uzi. Could be. There's no, I'm not coming in tonight, so consider it a troll. Well, okay, thank you for the $1.99, if that is you, MT85. I think that's Uzi. It's incredible. No, it's up to him, or the people on the penance list. It's their choice. If they don't want to do penance to get in my good graces, it's fine. Absolutely fine. No, it's not that at all. Boris, I'll donate $10 to the penance slush fund. We don't have a slush fund here. All right. The Colombian president is getting it next. Well, these people are tied in with the narco-terrorists, and they're murdering American lives. So take them out. Get rid of them. And you know what Rubio said is before they did the raid, the military action in Venezuela to get Maduro and his wife back to the U.S. or to the U.S., Rubio said they offered him several sweet deals that he could have taken to leave the country and resign from office. And he said, nope. So he sealed his own fate because he's a greedy little fucker. Yeah. Amazing. All right, let's continue on here. AD never calling. The liberals were saying no kings last week, but are upset that we freed the Venezuelan from a dictator. Well, they're retarded. That's why they have brain damage. Yeah. Trump wants to install American puppets in all countries down there. That's not true at all. I don't even know why you would say that. Okay. Jimmy, Morty, what about if they did it the Catholic way? First confession, then the appropriate Hail Marys or Our Fathers, and then asking you for forgiveness. Well, this is not a Catholic church, but penance. See, these people live and die, and all they do is talk money. Money, Bitcoin, their riches. So it means nothing to them to say Hail Marys and 5 Hail Marys and 10 Our Fathers. It means nothing to them. Where it means something is their wallet. And to give Morty the penance, to do penance to Morty, that affects them. Saying 10 Hail Marys, 10 Our Fathers doesn't mean jack shit to them. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, he probably thought the Russians or the Chinese would come and help him out, but we got there first. Yeah. I don't think this is MT85. So I'm going to have to time out this channel, this avatar, because I think that's Uzi. Unfortunately. MT85, if that's you, would you just click on go backstage and let me know it's you? Otherwise, in 60 seconds, I'm going to have to just time this out for the night. Because it's Uzi. Okay. It's him. It's not Uzi. Right. Okay. All right. Hey, where's that music backstage? MT85 is backstage again, but I don't know if it's MT85. I'm not going to be tricked by the tow truck man. If that's really MT85, just, show yourself for a second on the camera, and then I can let you on. Happily let you on. Otherwise, I can't do it. Okay, he's very funny. He turns the camera on, but he's not there. He's just showing the wall. So it's Uzi. No, it's Uzi. Yeah. Okay, let me just do this also here. And I will have to remove him because it's Uzi. He just proved it over and over again. Okay, let's AD. My $9.99. Thank you very much for the super chat. The guy backstage is showing a Patek Aquanaut, but I don't know if it's a real Aquanaut. It could be Uzi's replica Aquanaut. My 24-year-old son called today. Dad, I saw this post about the Venezuelan thing. The comments are hilarious. The only people that don't like it are rich liberals in America. All the Venezuelans love it. Absolutely correct. Venezuelans are celebrating in the streets. They have gotten rid of the dictator. Only Bernie Sanders retard types, mental case Democrats, AOCs hate it because Trump succeeded grandly and they can't deal with that. MT, yeah, show the white gold Sprite. Yeah. No, it's not MT85. It's Uzi. Yeah, he wanted to be the big boy. He's the big boy. He wanted to be the big boy. Right. Incredible. Actually, Rubio is demonstrating himself or showing himself to be pretty good as Secretary of State. Before that, before he became Secretary of State, he was really kind of a joke. Alex Jones used to ridicule the shit out of him by talking about his early days as a shirtless dancer at gay clubs in Miami. And those photos are on the internet, or were, unless they've been scrubbed. Pictures of Rubio dancing in these gay clubs, shirtless, with all these other shirtless gay guys. And that's all been scrubbed or, But he's done pretty well as Secretary of State. Considering, comparing him to like Hillary as Secretary of State, where she just butcher of Benghazi, just incredible. Davey, well, if you saw what he's doing backstage on the backstage private and the private comments, you wouldn't say that. AD, by the way, Morty, that guy backstage, was he showing a rose gold Aquanaut by chance? It was an Aquanaut, but I couldn't tell what it was. If it was stainless, platinum, rose gold. It was a dark image. And MT85 has been on the panel on panels often, so you know he would have no problem just showing himself, so we know who he is. Now this person is showing a Batman. All he has to do is show who he is, or you know. So. All right, 32 viewers. Hey, by the way, thanks to tonight's big supporters in the donation department: Boris, 99 cents; AD, 9.99; the real MT85, I think, 9.99. MT85, 199. Yeah, he says I'm not. Yeah, so yeah, this the guy on the backstage is Uzi. Okay. And who's this? AD Never Calling. Again, thank you very much. And thank you. Okay. Uzi doesn't have a Batman. Well, I think we've moved on from that. If it was really MT, he would have just shown himself for 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 2 seconds, you know. So let's all right, enough of that. Let's get another image up there. Yeah, so the Venezuela thing, fantastic. Just phenomenal. Great. Yeah, no, it's definitely the tow truck man. So, what a sad life he has. What a sad guy. Anyway, enough of that. Anybody want to come on the panel for real? Talk about anything. What else did Trump do recently that was big in the news? Another thing he did that was great. What was that? AD, yes, Davey, you called me by my name twice, and now you're calling the guy in the chat MT85. Whatever. Okay. 32 viewers, you know. Who wants to talk with Morty about whatever? Talk about anything. Almost anything with almost anybody. All right. Been 1 hour. There's the invite link again. I heard Jax Christmas week. Maybe Jax is out there lurking in the background taking notes. I don't know. Somebody asked Jax on his late night show, what are the 3 best Christmas movies? And he gave his answer, which is his answer, you know. And he said 3 absolutely ridiculous choices for his 3 best Christmas films. And listen, if you know, it's what he thinks, it's what he thinks. That's fine. But I think he said something like, I don't remember the films, but it was something like Home Alone, something like that movie with Matthew Broderick, where he's a teenager and steals the car, and Breakfast Club, things like that. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous choices. But, you know, hey, okay, whatever. It's all right. If somebody asked me, what are the 3 greatest Christmas films, I would have given a legitimately correct, scholarly correct answer. But hey, it's okay. We have different film tastes and specializations in knowledge, I mean. All right, I'm going to open up a drink here. This is Trader Joe's sparkling water. What flavor is this? Read the label. Let me get my luxury flashlight so I can read the label. Raspberry lime, sparkling water. All right, let's open this. Did you hear that? There we go. Yeah, so I had some Bushmills last night, and I it's not a premier. I mean, it's not a prestige brand. Damn, it's a really good product, and I really like Bushmills. I had it the first time about 20 years ago, and you can. It's a blended whiskey. It's affordable, And hey, look at this from the real MT85. $99.99 super chat. Thank you so much, MT85. That's the real MT85. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. You can't imagine how much I appreciate that. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, that's the real MT85. I can show you the screenshots I've taken of the private chat comments the imposter took, and that would prove it's not the real. That was not the real MT85 trying to get on the show. I'll show those on the next show. It's difficult to, screenshot them, download them, move them around, and then post them. I'll show those on a future show. Okay. All right. Fantastic. What does this mean? Yeah, Jax can come here anytime he wants. He's always welcome here. Yeah, so what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, the Trader Joe's water. Right. So I'll tell you what I've been looking at buying. We're down to 21 viewers, so we're doing great. When I gonna show the electrician? I don't know what that means. So I'm looking to buy. I decided I want. Oh, Bushmills. Yeah. So I like Bushmills mixed with Coke. So I would say 80% Coke, 20%, 75-25 would be basically, But so I would say get a glass, fill it up, 25% Bushmill, 75% Coke Zero or Coke. And then just drink the whole thing. Just drink the whole glass, the whole thing. Don't sip it or anything. Just gulp it down, the whole, like an 8-ounce glass. Do it that way. Easily drink the whole thing. Make it 30 or 40% if you want. 30%, 70, that would work too. And takes about 1 minute, and my head just goes blank. It feels disconnected from my neck. It's fantastic. Then I pop a few benzos, and that's it, man. I'm out. But Bushmills is really good. It's an Irish whiskey. It's probably one of the top brands sold anywhere in America. You can find it literally in any liquor store. Anywhere they sell liquor, you'll find Bushmills. It's that major a product out there. Okay, this Trader Joe's water is decent. Okay. All right, very nice. Thank you again, sincerely, MT85. I love mackerel. One of my favorite fish. I love mackerel sushi. Yeah, it's one of my go-to sushi choices. But not in some shitty American sushi restaurant. I mean, back in Japan. If it's a really, back in Japan, It's one of my go-tos. It's called Saba, S-A-B-A, Saba. Fantastic. And it's so healthy to eat mackerel. So I decided, you know what I need? I need some ice cubes because I also have a bottle of Johnny Walker Black. I went to the liquor store yesterday. I bought a small bottle of Johnny Walker Black, and I wanted a small bottle of Bushmills, but they didn't have a small bottle. They were out of that. So I got the regular size, but they're not expensive. So I just put them on the credit card so I don't have to worry about paying for them. And Johnny Walker Black goes with ice cubes. I like it on the rocks. And Bushmills I don't need on the rocks. Just add a little Coke Zero to it, and maybe 90-10% would work as well. Anyway, so I need to buy ice cube trays. So I spent about an hour on Amazon last night looking at ice cube trays. I didn't find anything I liked. So I kept looking, and then I checked Target, and they didn't have anything. And I found Ace Hardware. They have exactly what I'm looking for. And so, and they're inexpensive. So next time I pass by an Ace Hardware, I'll buy 2 Rubbermaid brand ice cube trays. Maybe just one. I think it's like $5. That'll do it. Pretty good, huh? Exciting. Now, I have a question. I didn't take screenshots, but Rubbermaid makes ice cube trays. They come in white, purple, a dark purple, and a light purple, teal, and white. And I have AD Never Calling is backstage, but I don't know if that's really AD Never Calling. So let me take a look here. Okay, AD, please be kind enough to just show yourself for 1 second, and I'll happily bring you on the show. Just for a second, that's all it takes. AD goes on panels often on camera, so if it's really AD, he can just show himself for 1 second on the camera, and I'll know it's him. So my question is, teal is close to Tiffany blue, correct? So that's not the real AD Never Calling backstage. Otherwise, he would have just shown himself for a second. So it's that guy again. I mean, that other guy, yeah. So my question is, if you bought ice cube trays in purple, light purple, or pink, would you feel comfortable with pink or purple ice cube trays? The teal one is okay. A light blue, sky blue is okay because that's like ice color. And of course, white, of course, works. So would anybody here buy purple or pink ice cube trays? Because those were lower priced than the white or the blue. AD says, I'm not jumping through all your hoops. Nobody is ever coming on your panel. That might have been the real AD. But I didn't ask him anything unreasonable. AD, if you can't just show yourself for half a second for verification that I don't get porn bombed or N-word bombed, then what can I say? I don't think I was being unreasonable at all, AD. Depends on the shade of pink. Right, okay. Well, I think the answer is I'm not going to buy the purple or the pink ice cube trays. They're on Amazon by Rubbermaid. The teal looked pretty good, but they were $16 for 2. And I kept looking, and Ace Hardware has the same, but in white, and they're only $4.95 each. So that's the place I'm going to buy them. The seller is not Amazon on the Amazon page. It's somebody in Pennsylvania or something selling out of his basement. So no rush on the ice cube trays, but there are a few Ace Hardwares around the area. I'll go there and pick up one. I only need one. Okay. Don Swatch, hey man, go for it. It offsets the MAGA, keeps people guessing. Okay. Yeah, that was that commercial, right? Okay, AD is backstage again. I'm going to bring him on. And the Tiffany Blue ice cube tray has a premium price, right? AD is picking on me tonight. I might have to leave the streams for a few weeks. All right, let's take a chance with AD never calling. I'm sure it's
Hey,
hello.
fuck!
You see? See, isn't that pathetic? Well, see, I tried, and there you go. Very sad. Very sad. Pathetic, isn't it? Okay. My trigger finger was fast. Really fast. That was good. Less than half a second. I pushed the button, pulled the trigger. So that was good. Anybody, really, any real person want to come on the show? We can talk about anything. Basically. Yep, of course it's not UAD. Right. My trigger finger has how long have I been using my trigger finger? 35 years. I'm fast, baby. I got into firearms in 1989 or 90. Does anybody want to hear the story of how I first got into firearms? My first introduction to it? That takes a super chat, and I'll be happy to tell my introduction to firearms. Anybody? And if anybody wants the story about when I had a gun pointed at my head, no, it wasn't me, it was a bad guy. I'll tell that story, but that's a $5,000 story. Cash App. Well, I don't know, 5,000 might be too much, but that did happen, and I could tell that story for $500, but not Super Chat. It would be Cash App or PayPal or Ko-Fi. How I had a gun pointed at my head back in LA. And how it changed me quite a bit. Yep. So there's 2 story offers there. All right, let's catch up on the comments. Davey, I'll come on now. If I show up backstage, just let me on. Well, that would be pretty great, little Dave coming onto the panel. But is that really? Well, that says channel member, so that is the real little Dave. So okay, but my trigger finger is fast, man, faster than you can imagine. So I'm not like that guy. Who's that Smith & Wesson spokesman? Jerry Mikulek. That guy, is unbelievable. He practices with. He shoots 1 million rounds a year for his practice. I mean, for his livelihood. He's that amazing. And yeah. So I'm not in Jerry Mikulek. I'm not in his category, but far from it. But right. Morty was taught by none other than the Colonel, Jeff Cooper himself. No, but I learned about Colonel Cooper in 1990, 89, around that time. Yeah. I had a great introduction to that stuff. No, this is a new story. Or stories. Davey, why am I the only member here? Yeah, well, join the channel. That's always an option for supporting the Morty's Diner show. Become a member. Yeah, I know. If I got a bird and started shaking the shit out of it, I'd get super chats. I'd get thousands of dollars of super chats if I bought a gerbil, a hamster, or a bird and shook the crap out of it. Shook it to death. I'd get thousands of dollars in super chats. Let's hear it. Fuckface. I haven't heard anyone really saying fuckface since Bear Clooney left, because that was his usual response to somebody. Fuckface. Yeah. Well, I'll give you part of the story. So I was working someplace. This is like 1988, 89, around then. 87, 89. This is in LA. And some guys I was working with, they were going to go shooting after work. And they said, "Hey, you want to go? You want to come along with us? Go shooting?" And I said, "Shooting? Guns?" Because I was a liberal. I said, "You got to be kidding me." They go, "No, we go to the shooting range. It's a lot of fun." I said, "You have a gun?" And this guy was kind of like, "You have a gun? You?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, sure. I have several guns." I said, "Holy shit." AD never calling. I cannot confirm or deny that I spoke to Bear Clooney today. Right. So I said, "Well, I don't know." So I said, so he goes, "Well, I'll go in my car. I got my gun with me. We're going to go to the range after work." I said, "You got a gun in the car?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll bring it and show it to you." So he did it discreetly, but him and his buddies, the co-workers, he had it wrapped in a towel. All right. I don't know if this is AD never calling or, the special needs guy, but
Nigger.
you see? Pathetic. He's absolutely pathetic. All right. So he unwrapped the towel, and he had a Ruger GP 100 4-inch. And that was the first time I'd been, what do you call it? In front of a gun like that. And I said, and it looked the Ruger GP 100 4-inch, which is a total quality 357 Magnum, absolute quality, built like a tank, indestructible. And I said, "Holy fuck." I didn't say, "My, that's a big one," but it's gigantic, And I go, "What is that?" And he goes, "That's called a Ruger GP 100. It's a classic, and shoots 357 Magnum." I said, "Holy shit!" So that's the first gun I ever touched in my introduction to firearms. So yeah, after work, we all went to the shooting range in the LA area. And that's where I learned that you could use 38 or 38 plus P or 357 in the same revolver. So I shot it with 357. I was like, holy fuck. Unbelievable. So that was my very first time shooting. But I didn't get into it at that time. I just thought like, well, these guys are really like, wow. Because these were real like trailer park kind of guys. A couple of them. And, Uzi's on the penance list at $5,000. And you can see why. And that's nothing compared to the stuff he's done, to incur that amount of 5,000 on the penance list. So he's a very, very troubled, seriously messed up guy, Anyway, okay. And so that was my beginning. So there's a little quick story there. I would certainly buy a GP 100 3-inch. But at this point, I don't need it. But it's not a case of need. It's a case of, well, I'd like it. I'd want it, But I just feel like I have too much at this point. So frankly, Senator, at this point, what difference does it make? I don't think that, and they're expensive. I think a GP 100 is $750 to $850 or $950. I mean, and it's just not necessary anymore. At this point, it's more, what do I need versus what do I not need? So yeah. Check your emails. All right, let me take a look here. No problem. It'll be okay. Yeah. All right, very good. So he's passed himself off as AD Never Calling, MT85, and Pasta. And who else? I don't recall. Probably some others. So totally untrustworthy guy, Uzi. Yeah. Very sad guy. Who knows? Well, yeah, no, I remember that in my reading. He said they asked Colonel Cooper what rifle is the one go-to rifle, and he designed a scout rifle, which could serve multi-purposes. And Springfield Armory has a scout rifle, but he also developed one in association with one of the manufacturers. I forgot who it was. Might have been Savage Arms, where they developed a Jeff Cooper scout rifle to his specs. But no, I don't have one. And yeah. But he was a Marine colonel and an expert on firearms, a renowned writer and instructor and authority on handguns and the 45. Or the 1911, I mean, yeah. Now everyone on YouTube is a gun expert. But he was legit. He developed much of the terminology like Condition 1 and so on, things like that. That's because he's got nothing else to do. Savage is not a bad brand, I don't think. They're made in New York, if I remember. And yeah, they'd be fine. It's not one of the major brand names, but they've been around a long, long time. Maybe like 100 years or something like that. I thought Little Dave was coming on the panel. I guess not. Holding at 31 viewers. Thanks everybody for watching Morty's Diner. Let's take a look at the thumbs up. Let's refresh that page. Only 5 thumbs up. Oh, it's so depressing. Incredible. Why do I keep losing that picture? There we go. I'll come on another night when I've been drinking. Well, come on tonight. So then we can compare drinking and non-drinking. Sunday night, 34 viewers. Nobody's coming on the panel except the tow truck Tourette's case. Wow, sad. Well, you know, the show title is Sunday Night at Morty's Diner, Special Surprise Guests. So I guess that covers, you know, that guy showing up with his imposter avatars. Pretty sad. So what else has been going on those other channels? Anybody want to talk about any of that shit or anything? Talk about politics, talk about Tommy, talk about ice cube trays, talk about winter clothing, talk about skiing. I have a show planned about condoms. I think that might be a good show. Whole show about condoms. If I put, I've started working on it, but I don't know if that's worth doing. People in this audience wouldn't even know what to do with them, how to put them on or what. So, Davey Smalls, channel member. Did you hear what happened? No, I don't know anything about that. Is there something there, or is it just gossip? Join the channel, become a member, help Morty not go out of business at the diner. And of course, Super Chat, PayPal, Cash App. It's all in the description section, and it's all posted at the very top of the chat. And in fact, I'll post those important pieces of information again for anybody who gets the urge to help out the channel. Cash App, Ko-Fi, 100% anonymous. So is PayPal, as long as you use the friends and family or whatever they call it. If you use the one like you're buying a product, then it's going to show your name and address, and you definitely don't want to do that. But if you're sending it to friends, then nothing shows up. Just whatever the name on your account is. If that's even, a real name. So. Someone robbed her. Okay, I don't know anything about the story. Uzi blamed Mexico for the incident. Yeah, I don't know. $35 people watching. That's 30 regular viewers, 3 lurkers, and 2 Mega Blaster haters. Backstage watching. I mean, back at home in their basement watching. Texting each other about Morty. Hey, you watching Morty's show? What a fucking dickhead. Yeah, he's a fucking loser. Yeah. Amazing. When my creative team gave me this meme, I liked it, and then I noticed about a day or two ago, I was looking at it to put it up on a show. I noticed that the prison shirt that he's wearing, the prison garb, it has a prisoner number, 62112. So I thought, what is that? Does that mean something? So I thought maybe it means something. I don't know. So I thought, well, maybe it's a zip code, but nothing showed up as a zip code with 62112. So it's not a zip code. Maybe it's just a number. I don't know if it means anything. Don't know. And those people from the streams, what is that about? He said someone ordered it. Ordered what? The robbery? Yeah, don't get me involved in the story. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. So, if it's true, Nicholas is the only one who would know to verify it. Oh, fuck. It's 10:15. I was going to do something. No, not jack off. I was going to do something useful. 33 viewers. I'd hate to end the show, but with 33 people watching, but if I get any kind of signs of support, people joining the channel as a member or any super chat, PayPal, Cash App, Ko-Fi activity, I'll stay on. Otherwise, I'm just like doing a monologue and, dealing with that one lunatic who keeps popping up using somebody else's identity. Talk about identity theft. Jesus. Well, clearly, right. But I don't know if it's a real story or not, so. And I don't know anything about the story to begin with, so. Little Dave is going to sleep. Okay, thank you, Little Dave, and come join when you're drinking, okay? Or when you're not drinking. Whatever that was. You know, it would be a great show is Little Dave and Blondie on the panel together. I wonder how they'd get along on a panel together. That would be pretty good. In fact, I think I might be mistaken, but maybe the last time Blondie was on the channel here was New Year's or Christmas week last year when we did the show with Doc's Report. Is that possible? Was it a year ago? I think it might have been. Holy cow, unbelievable. That was an incredible show. "36 people watching, 5 haters, 2 lurkers, and the regular viewers." I mean, well, the regular haters, the regular lurkers. Yeah. AD. Lots of super chat support tonight. Most in 2025 so far, and I bet will be best night in all of first quarter. Congrats, Morty. Well, it's been moderate. I wouldn't say lots. Just a handful of super chats. MT85 show sponsor, like for reals. But I need $20,000 fast. So don't know how I'm going to get that. Even 10,000, a quick 10,000 would help out a hell of a lot. A hell of a lot. But if Watch Nicholas and Uzi did perform their penance, that would be 10,000, and that would be of a tremendous help. By the way, the penance is only acceptable by PayPal or Cash App or Ko-Fi, not super chats, because then you're giving Google 30% of that amount, and that's not good. That doesn't work. Probably last week. Yeah. I don't know. I don't keep such detailed tracks. I don't make charts and follow it daily like Doc's Report does, with his playboard alerts and all that stuff. But Marcelo makes $100 just for shaking his bird into a violent brain dysfunctional condition, mean, there's 31 people watching, and only a few people, support the channel financially. So that speaks volumes. Anyway, so I wonder if that 62112 means anything that I haven't figured out what it might mean. Don't know. Hey, Mega Value, 99 cents super chat, super sticker. Thank you very much for the channel support, Mega Value. You know what I did here from one of those channels when I was watching it for 5 minutes? It was the Marcello channel or the Watch Nicholas channel. And again, I don't have this full story, but Uzi went on one of the channels and said the N-word 10 times in a row, loud and fast. And whoever's channel it was, Nick or Marcelo, they removed the show. They stopped the show and went, right away. They just stopped it or removed it. Something like that. Does anybody know a story about that? Because that's just, whatever. I think I heard that. I don't know. I was so benzoed out. I don't know what I heard. But I think I had heard that. Well, the chat's not moving. Everybody must have fallen asleep, which is fine. No panelists. Chat has stalled. I'm not going to ask for the $20,000 wire transfer anymore. It's now $10,000. $10,000 would be enough to be emergency relief. Of my crushing debt. Okay, I'm going to put up the link one more time. Oh, he's backstage again. The N-word guy. No, I'm not bringing him on. Guy Gadwa, $1.99. Thank you for the support, Guy Gadwa. Link for Jax. Oh, the link is up there. I'll post the link again. And otherwise, I'll wrap it up in 2 minutes. MT85 is backstage again, and well, there's a private message. No, I know it's not you. I know it's not the real MT85. I know it. Okay, if that's really you, just, show yourself for half a second. And I'll be happy to have you on. That's not too much to ask. You're often on camera, so there's no problem. Well, if it's Uzi, you know what the penance list amount is. That's the answer. If it's MT85, the answer is nothing. It's the private chat comment. I don't know what watches Uzi has. I have no idea. Yeah, well, it's not the real MT85 because he's not revealing himself. So I'm going to. Oh, he just left. I was going to ban him. He just left. Okay. Hello, Rufus. How are you doing? Happy New Year, Rufus. Gigadwa, Morty, were you on Bushmills when you were going crazy in the chat the other day? Oh, on that other channel? That was the Dungeon Show. Who was that? Bateman was there. Oh, Easy Company was there. That's why I went there, because I like listening to Easy Company doing his routine. No, I was just normal. No. I wasn't going crazy. I was making just a series of witty observations, comments. No, I don't do the face blasting. That's the other people. I didn't face blast anybody. How dare you? Yeah, they're the face blasters, not me. So, what are your plans or resolutions for the new year, Morty? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm selling most of everything I have. Just clear out everything. You know, the latest poll, Rufus, from my wonderful viewers. Let me see if I can find that here. Yeah, the latest poll results on my YouTube posts page. Which would the community audience prefer? Now at 21 votes. Morty unalives himself, 57%. Morty has a stroke, 0. Morty has a heart attack and dies, 0. Morty simply disappears and is never heard from again, 43%. So the first choice, Morty unalives himself, a whopping 57%. And the votes are still coming in. So my plans for this year, I don't know. Maybe go to Ace Hardware and buy some rope. I mean, I don't know. And the ice cube tray. I think he called Bateman a pussy and whatnot. I called Bateman a pussy? Did I? That must have been in relation to something. I wouldn't just call him a pussy. It must have been in context or in connection with something that was happening at the time, at the moment. I'd have to rehear that show to see if I said that, why I said it, or typed it, and it would have been a witty observation of what was transpiring at the time. I wouldn't just come out and call him that. Yeah, right. Morty, where does all the hate come from in the community? It comes from the inmates of the state mental hospitals who've been released. And they've all found these channels, amazingly, and have connected with each other. But the hate truly comes from one central individual. That's the primary promulgator of the hate. And the hate, the zeitgeist of hate is, that's where it stems from. And I know, because I've been around since the beginning. I've seen it all. Ace Hardware has free popcorn. Wow. Versace Boy, rumor is your vacation home in La Jolla, San Diego is for sale. Say it ain't so. It's not for sale, and it's University Park. It's La Jolla adjacent. JBZ isn't banned here. No, he's not banned. I like talking to JB. When he's, in the right state of mind. Yeah, sure. So who's on Morty's shit list? I don't have a shit list. I have a penance list. I don't have a shit list. I mean, for anybody to be on the penance list or what one could call a shit list, the person would have to be a really, really, really awful bad operator. I mean, just a really bad actor, really bad person. Because I try and be lenient and welcoming and friendly to everybody, but some people are just unreachable. They are, psychologically disturbed. What, on the penance list? Is that your question? All right, I can show that again. Yeah, this is actually, I revised it since this. Dr. Bob, 550. Golden Baba, 750. Narc is actually 2,000. I updated the chart. I revised the list recently. It's 2,000 for Narc. Watch Nicholas, 5,000, Uzi, 5,000, and that guy is 21,000 plus an exorcism. And I don't mean an exorcism from, some friend of his at a local Catholic church in the Chicago, Illinois area. I mean a specialist. I mean the number one guy from the Vatican. He would have to fly into Illinois, and you got to get that guy. And I need a full, certification and a official wax imprimatur, stamped seal on the document. Otherwise, it's no way. No, it's not. It's very, very reasonable. Considering what these people have done and how things they've said, and here's tribute to Jax. Yeah. No, it's very reasonable. Jax, quote, "There's more to getting your laundry folded than just getting your laundry folded," as spoken by Jax on Morty's Diner, December 21st, 2025. If you understand the context of that, you'll know what he was referring to or meaning. Yeah, I thought about that, and the answer is no. I think you could if you wanted to put a dash or a hyphen, but I searched that for proper grammar, and it's not necessary. Rufus, you do realize that no one's going to pay. Rufus, that's absolutely fine. It's fine, no problem. But these people have been talking about Morty banned me. He won't let me on the show. He won't let me on the show. I want to be on the show. I won't. Okay, well, these are the terms, And if they don't want to pay, absolutely fine, no problem. Right. Morty wants his laundry folded by those. No, I don't want my laundry folded by any of those people at all. Yeah, Narc is $2,000. Yeah, he went up from 500 to 750 to 1,000, and now 2,000, and justifiably so. I mean, rationally speaking, definitely so. Well, listen, I'm not the Pope. I'm not infallible, but I do try to do that. Unlike anybody else who runs a channel on these on the YouTube. Jellyfish, weasels, spineless jellyfish, liars, weasels, welchers, cheats, backstabbers, liars, the usual assortment. But everything I say is based on fact and verifiable specific activities that I've been subjected to or have experienced or observed. I don't just make things up. I don't just sit here pulling bullshit out of my ass like those people do, Anyway. So Jax was asked the three best Christmas movies of all time, and I forgot what he had said, but I found his choices. No way. If anybody wants me to answer the question, what are the three best Christmas movies of all time, I'll do that for a reasonable super chat. Otherwise, I won't, because nobody cares. 37 people watching, probably up to 5 haters in the background there. Thank you very much. Let's refresh the YouTube page, see if I have any thumbs up, any increase in that. 34 viewers and 7 thumbs up. Oh God, it's just painful. I don't fold my laundry. I take my laundry out of the dryer and I just throw it on the shelf. I don't fold anything. Why? Why fold it? I mean, I might fold it, just flip it over, so to speak, and just throw it on the closet shelf, If it's a proper shirt or something, then I will use a hanger for that. But, polo shirts or underwear and T-shirts, I just throw it on the shelf. Morty's the only grifter that doesn't flip-flop, and that's why we love him. I'm not a grifter. They call me a grifter, but I'm not a grifter. Grifters aren't honest. I'm honest. Speaking of that, by the way, I have Rufus, Jack's thinking about getting into the laundry biz. No, he, I don't remember how that came up about the laundry, but it was pretty funny. But, so who's that guy that, O'Sheen, O'Sheen, the guy, O'Sheen O'Malley, who, that guy clearly is in a homosexual love affair with, because he talks about him 3 hours a night and makes all kinds of memes about him and images and fantasy memes. And I mean, no kidding, but let me look at his channel real fast if I can find it. Yeah, here he is. So I noticed his thumbnail earlier today. It just happened to pop up on my page. I'm not subscribed to his channel, but it showed up. And his show 6 hours ago on Oisin O'Malley's channel, it says 300K subs party. Okay, and he has 3.6K views on that show. And I have no issues with the anti-Semite Jew hater Oisin O'Malley. I don't care about him. I've never talked to him. I've never appeared on a show. He's just, he's whatever. Okay, whatever. But back a year or two ago, he called himself a 90,000 sub dragon. Anybody correct me on this if I'm incorrect? Okay, he called himself a 90,000 sub dragon. Then I noticed on his channel, when just scrolling around, I saw his thumbnail, and he had 200K. Not long ago, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, he was celebrating 200K subs. And today, he has 300K subs. Now listen, whatever he's doing on his channel, it's got nothing to do with me. But I mean, talk about grifter. He goes from 90K up to 200K, and then in a matter of a few months, and again, correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think it's just been 3 or 4 months, he was celebrating 200K, and today he has a post, 300K subs party. So, yeah, I mean, like, he's got 300K subs, like, But listen, that's what people on the YouTube do. And, hey, if you enjoy his show, no problem. Enjoy his show. When I first found out about him, I was interested in talking to him about music. But then when I found out what a anti-Semite he is, I just never followed through with bothering with his channel. But otherwise, whatever. Did I say that, Rufus? Do people on YouTube do that? Are you kidding me? Oh, come on, man. You think those watch channels that have brand new? There are people I've seen. They pop up with a brand new. This is from over the years. They pop up with a brand new channel, and on the first week they have like 50 or 100 subs, and then in 1 month they have 65,000 subs. And then they begin their stories about the journey and the townhouse events, and how to make a proper cup of Italian coffee, and wearing a gold, what's that called? The Breitling Navi timer on their scrawny little 3-inch wrist. Yeah, it's what people do. And, hey, it's got nothing to do with me. But, I mean, of course, the answer is obviously, of course, yes. But, whatever, it's all, building a business and deceiving the public and building your business. It's no different than any other business, no different than Tide detergent. Their sales are a little flat, so they just repackage the jug of detergent. They call it new and improved, or they change the scent from original scent to Hawaiian mist scent, but it's the same fucking shit, and people go, oh my God, Hawaiian mist, I gotta buy that. So it's the same shit. So it's every business. It's no different than Haagen-Dazs, selling a 16-ounce pint of ice cream for decades, and then several years ago they made it a 15-ounce, and they never told me, they never made an announcement about that. Then the public, I found out about it, and I looked it up, and they never said anything. And then apparently it got out, and so they made a statement that, and now it's a 14-ounce container. They've gone from 16 to 15 to 14, but the price is the same or higher. But 90% of the Haagen-Dazs people who pick up a container, they still think it's a pint, because they don't examine the label or, follow what's going on. So it's no different, And they said they had to do that because of the prices of their ingredients are just skyrocketing. So they were faced with either raising the prices or reducing the size of the container. And they felt if they priced it too high, their sales would suffer. So they could maintain the price, but just offer 2 ounces less. Well, maybe that's the right choice, but they didn't really, tell their customer base what they were doing until the story came out. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Jimmy, Morty, when O'Sheen started, he was all highbrow. Said he'd never accept super chats or never ask for thumbs up. He now has multiple shows asking for money and thumbs up, all while pushing garbage watches. I don't know what watches he talks about. I don't watch the show. I've looked at it over the years, maybe 4 or 5 times, just a little bit each time. So I really don't know what he talks about. I don't know what he does. I have zero interest in his channel. I don't follow his activities, so I don't know. And if in the beginning he didn't take super chats and now he does, well, that could be attributed to just a natural evolving of his business, changing his format from just answering everybody's question for free to realizing that everybody else is getting thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars for just going on screaming, drooling and shaking their bird into unconsciousness. And he said, well, why don't I should get money too then, he's thinking, for asking specific questions, that touch on his expertise in watches or music or travel or whatever. So yeah, that's no problem. Yeah. I have no idea what watches he talks about. And I don't watch his channel. I just don't know. But I certainly have zero interest in talking to the guy, as he would with me. I'm sure he doesn't have any idea. He's never heard of Morty or Crappy, so no problem. I mean, no, I had never been to the Sphere in Las Vegas. I saw it when I went there October last year, 2024, but I didn't know what it was. Later on, I found out what it was, but whatever. Morty, the subway footlong is not 12 inches. Really? Well, that's absolutely shocking. Let me look that up. Subway footlong, 12 inches. Okay, is the subway footlong really a foot long? Um, 11.5. So this person measured it and it's 11.5 inches. Well, I mean, come on, even John Holmes on a, depending on the day, 11.5, 12.0, come on. Here's another web page. Are they really a 12-inch foot long? In 2013, an Australian teen measured a subway footlong and found it came up short at only 11 inches. Okay, well, now is that a specific planned shrinkage of the sandwich from the Subway company, like with Haagen-Dazs and the shrinkage of 1 ounce and then 2 ounces in the same kind of pint container? Lawsuits soon followed in the U.S., alleging Subway was engaging in deceptive marketing practices by advertising its large sandwiches as footlongs. All right. Subway responded by stating that, quote, footlong was a registered trademark used to describe the large sandwiches, not a measurement of length. So it's like the porn business. The company argued that the term footlong had become generic and simply referred to the larger of the two sandwiches, which is the, what do they call them? Like the 6-inch and the footlong. Right. Well, resolution of the lawsuits. The cases were either dismissed or settled out of court. In 2016, a settlement was reached in one of the main cases. As part of the agreement, Subway said it would implement certain measures to ensure its footlong sandwiches are at least 12 inches long. These include requiring franchisees to use a measuring tool for baked bread, posting notices informing customers that bread length could vary after baking, including disclaimers about bread length and ads featuring footlongs. Okay, how long is it actually? The pre-baked bread portions still start out as 12 inches, but some shrinkage is normal and unavoidable during baking. A Subway 6-inch sub roll will measure between 5.5 and 6 inches long after baking under the new standards. While called a 6-inch, these subs were also often coming up about a half-inch short. Well, I can relate to that. Okay, so there's the deal. All right. Rufus, Morty, you should start pimping out your channel like Docs, the Northwest Network. Really? Okay. That guy is extremely wealthy and can easily afford $21,000. However, expecting a personal exorcism from the Pope himself is absurd. No, not the Pope. I'm not going to bother the Pope himself. I'm talking about one of the senior exorcists on staff there at the Vatican. I don't want to trouble the Pope. He's got enough to do. But they do have exorcists in the Vatican who do that kind of stuff. And yeah, I know 21,000 is affordable for him because he's easily spent that much money on those channels over the years, gaining control. And that's what the money's for. It's for control, block by block, street by street, block by block, building by building. He takes over the city of Chicago. That's how Al Capone did it. And that's what he does, So, yeah, he's got the money. But no, he's not going to pay me. I mean, he weaseled out of the $1,000 deal we had. He's twisted that story around to his audience endlessly, But no, he said it, and he welched out on the $1,000, so he weaseled out. But I don't expect that money either, But no, it goes hand in hand with the exorcism from an exorcist from the Vatican. Okay, Otherwise, I wouldn't take it. If he sent me $21,000 PayPal without the Vatican seal document of the exorcism, I would send the money back. And that's a fact. Because that's not the offer. That's not the deal. Just like Uzi. I offered Uzi $500 penance, and he offered me $200. He said, I'll send you $200. No, he did. He sent me $200. And I thought about it for a half a day or a day, and I thought, well, no, wait a minute. No, the offer was $500, not $200. That's the offer, $500. So I sent him back on the Cash App. I refunded the $200 because that wasn't the offer. It's like you go to a Honda dealer, you say, I like that car. How much is it? And he goes, well, it's $30,000. Okay, well, I'll give you $15,000. Here's $15,000. Well, the salesman's going to say, oh, the offer's $30,000. Take your $15,000 back. So it's no different. Yes, in grocery parlance, that is called shrinkflation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm not a pimp. But I could be, I guess. Hello, Bateman. Think about all the poor souls taking actual face blasts for far less. Well, they're into it. So, what can I tell you? Is the bread toasted or untoasted? I don't know what Subway does. I haven't been to a Subway in probably 15, 20 years. I mean, let's be realistic. You walk into a Subway and you see the people who work there. I don't want them touching my food. There's just no way. So, vast decline in appearance and quality. Yeah. You got one. Morty, was Oshin right about 47th Street? And have you talked about the Tranks NYC incident yet? No, I saw somebody on one of those shows. No, I don't care. I don't give a shit about it, And was he right about what he called the 47th Street people? Absolutely not. It was disgusting. Jimmy, careful with the mentioning of inches and foot long. You may catfish log. Oh, Jesus, right? Yeah. Now, you see, he's not on the penance list because there's no amount of money for that. Yeah. Pope Leo's a Chicago guy. He can dip him. Okay. All right, there you go. Pope Leo's a Chicago guy. He can dip him in Italian beef juice, baby. Now I don't know the latest on the newest pope. Was he from Chicago? I don't know about that. Let me look that up. Pope Leo. Is that the current pope's name? I don't know. Pope Leo. Okay, that's the guy. All right. The guy who was his predecessor was really bad. He was just terrible. Okay. Okay, here he is. Pope Leo the 14th. Is this the guy? Born, all right, he was the first pope to have been born in the United States. The first to hold U.S. or Peruvian citizenship. The first from the Order of St. Augustine. And the second pope after his immediate predecessor, Pope Francis, from the Americas. Born in Chicago, raised in the nearby suburb of Dalton, Illinois. Was ordained a priest in 82, earned a Doctor of Canon Law in 1987 from the Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas in Rome. So he's one heck of a smart guy. Okay. His service includes extensive missionary work in Peru. All right. All right, so he's a Chicago guy. All right, so he knows a foot long Chicago hot dogs. He knows all about it. All right. All right. Yeah, I don't follow the Pope news. Sometimes I do, but I don't know. But wow. Hello, Shot in the Dark. How are you? Subways here in New Zealand ask if you'd like your sandwich toasted. Yeah, well, that was a big thing back in the 90s. There was a competitor company called Quiznos, which was a Subway-style restaurant all over L.A. I don't know how vast they were nationally or anything, but they were all over Los Angeles. And Quiznos made a better sandwich, and their advertising was, "It's toasted." That was their advertising slogan. It's toasted. Subway never toasted sandwiches. So then Subway offered, do you want toasted or non-toasted? Because they had to compete with, Quiznos. Quiznos had a better sandwich quality and shop, but I think they went out of business. I don't know the Quiznos story. But in the 80s, 90s era, I certainly visited Subway and Quiznos in LA, but not since. Not in 20 years, I'm sure. Okay. AD, hello again. I took a nap and returned. The nap was more interesting. Well, thank you. Thank you. He's the first U.S. Pope. Well, there you go. Yeah, so we've been on 2 hours, 15 minutes. Not one panelist. Not any donations in a hella long time. Last supporter was how long ago? 45 minutes ago. But that's okay. Quiznos got eaten up and destroyed by private equity. Terrible case study. Look it up, guys. Super nasty. Well, yeah, I don't know that story. But they were a better sandwich shop than Subway. Yep. "34 people watching, including 5 haters and 2 lurkers. It's okay. They're out there taking notes, looking for content for their non-content shows. Well, I screwed up my evening by doing the show. I had things I wanted to do, but I got I did 4 loads of laundry today, and I bagged up a shitload of older bedding that I don't like. I don't like it. I don't use it anymore. It's all decent enough quality, but I don't want to use it anymore. So I've got like 6 bags, 6 jumbo 33-gallon bags from Costco here, and I'm going to bring them to a Vietnam veteran collection site tomorrow because they're looking for bedding. It's that's one of the things they accept, or Goodwill. I'll just drop it off there. If they don't accept it, then they can throw it out. But there's so many people sleeping in tents all over Portland. I'm sure anybody would, any of those people would love to have this, reasonably good quality bedding, flannel blanket, flannel bedding and stuff, and a comforter, an old comforter, which I don't use anymore, which is very, very good, from LL Bean. And I'm sure homeless people would love to have that, sleeping in the freezing cold and, on the Portland streets. I've only been to a Chipotle once. I hate Chipotle because I hate the name of it, Chipotle. I hate that word. Okay? So that's the first reason I hate it. I don't remember what the food was like. I only went there once a long time ago. But I don't go there because I hate the name, Chipotle. We just got one here in my hood in the communist country of Canada. Well, I mean, it's pretty popular, I think. But Bateman, Jack's achieved hands-free laundry. Wow. Well, Jack's doesn't, I don't remember how that came up, but the laundry and the folding the laundry thing, but. Bateman, hop on. Let's talk shitter omegas, baby. Yeah. How about ending out the night with one last $500 PayPal, Cash App, Ko-Fi, or, Super Chat? Let's wrap up the show with a $500 or a $10,000 PayPal. Wire transfer, okay, as well. Well, I don't want to do wire transfer. We need more Bateman New Zealand jock shows. Always fun. Really? Okay. All watches are shitters compared to the accuracy of our phones. Yeah, but you don't buy the watches for accuracy. That's all bullshit. People buy Rolex for the status. Maybe 10% actually are concerned about the superlative chronometer aspect. They want it because it's a Rolex and they can flaunt it. Citizen makes that watch. I don't remember the name of it. It's $2,000. And it's guaranteed accuracy to plus or minus 1 second a year. Some of the people watching might know that watch. And you can't compare a Rolex or a Patek Philippe to that watch. So it's not the accuracy. It's to shove it in people's face and say, I got a fucking Rolex. Fuck you, Bateman, the Multiband 6 has entered the chat. I'm not a grifter. You think I'm a grifter because that guy calls me a grifter, but no, not a grifter at all. Palway, Crappy, do you have favorite porn stars? I asked Docs earlier too. I can answer that question for a super chat. I mean, a $25 super chat, I can answer that question. Otherwise, I'm not going to answer the question. But they're not contemporary. They would be from the 70s, 80s era. That guy's a grifter too. It is what it is. I'm not a grifter, but if you want, look, if it makes you happy to call me a grifter, then go ahead, you know. But no, there are grifters, then there are honest YouTubers who, you know, seek donations for their channel and lifestyle support. Life support, not lifestyle. I have no lifestyle. Yeah. But channel and life support, sure. Yeah, exactly, Bateman, exactly. Palway, Crappy, how many tabs are on your private browser? I don't have any porn tabs. Nope, not enough. One U. No. 500 pesos is, well, 100. That's 50 cents. But many of the names I won't remember, so don't bother, because I really don't remember the names of many of them from the 70s. They were the, you know, featured performers in those films at the time, during the John Holmes years, you know, that era. Many of them are, you know, many of them die an early death. You know, many of the porn performers, the women especially, they die an early death. It's very sad and unfortunate. What a grimy industry that is. Crappy, what is the total cumulative GDP loss to Australia from Archie's sex tourism money spent abroad? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Tubagoo, unbelievable. Jimmy, Morty, it's no easy task to run a show solo. The Walrus can't do it. But you can. Good job. Well, thank you. By the Walrus, do you mean Archie? Archie used to do a show by himself. That's when the show was great. Maybe the first 5 years of Archie, he did the show by himself. He didn't need anybody on any panels. He made his own content, his own videos. He had a great rapport with the chatters. The chat comments were funny. They weren't mean. Well, it turned into that when certain people started appearing on the panels, and then it deteriorated quickly. But in the beginning, it was fucking funny as shit. It was, and he ran the show by himself. Yeah. Palway, Morty, are you looking forward to the year ahead of your stock portfolio? I have no stock portfolio. My stock portfolio I sold 4 or 5 months ago. I think it was total proceeds from the sale were $12.50. Was $12.50, I think. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. That's the truth. Yeah. Not anymore. He can't. He just repeats the same stupid shit over and over. It is what it. Well, I don't want. Who are you talking about, Archie? I don't watch his show anymore. I haven't watched his channel in a year. I might look at it for a second, but then I turn it right off because there's just no point. Mega value. 5% of the young women in the USA have an OnlyFans account. Well, that's very interesting. Wonder where you got that statistic from, but anything's believable. More like 12.5 million. No, I sold my stock for $12.50. It's true. It's all I had. Everything. Well, let's say 5% of the young women in the USA. That could be a lot of people. You know, you're talking 300 million, so 150 million women. And how many are OnlyFans age? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million. So let's say 50 million eligible. So what is 50 million times 5%? That's 2.5 million people. 2.5 million girls with OnlyFans account. Yeah, that's certainly possible. I don't know. No, I never watched the MAF shit. The guy is one of the ultimate grifters and phony as fuck, and very, very strange. Very strange guy. You know, and I liked his rental car story. He rented a car for a week from Enterprise or Hertz or whatever, and then he kept it. He drove it around for a year. They finally tracked him down with the car, and he said, "That was no big deal. I worked it all out." Oh, Jesus. Unbelievable. AD, my senior year in high school, we had 34 girls pregnant in the class of 483. I had nothing to do with it. How about that? Poway, Crappy, it's my understanding you own 8% of Hyundai due to your share purchases in 1983. Really? Well, that's news to me. That would have been nice. Morty, all you have to do is scroll through Instagram. It's hard not to find a girl woman without a link to OnlyFans. It's fight. That I know of. Right. Yeah, Poway, don't take everything I say for reals, like real. You know, there's a difference between telling stories and telling real stuff. If I'm serious, I'll tell you I'm serious. Okay. That I know of. Right. Hey, I tried a new cookie I saw in the import store from Scotland. Had a really strange name called Narns or Nairns. Nairn''S. Nairns. And came in a couple different varieties. This was like an oat, wheat and oat small cookie shaped thing with chocolate chips in it or something like that, or chocolate flavored. And they were pretty decent, you know. They were next to the McVitie's and Hobnob's shelf. So, yeah, they were pretty good. Morty, Sophia Rain made $95 million in 2 years on OnlyFans. Well, how would you know that, Gildan? And who is, let me look that up. Gee, watch Nicholas needs to meet a girl like that. Okay, here it is. Sophia Rain, American internet personality. She was fired from a waitressing job. She set up an OnlyFans account. She went viral in 2024. She advertises her content based on her Christianity and virginity. Okay. She's about 20 or 21 years old, based in Miami. She works with a rapper named NLE Choppa, in which they lip synced to Choppa's Slut Me Out 2. Amazing. Her account was charging $10 a month in 2024 Thanksgiving. She made $43 million in her first year on the platform, attributing her success to unconventional looks, having a shapely adult figure with the face of an underage girl. Yeah. Fascinating. So how many months have you been paying for Sophia Rain's OnlyFans? And here's a picture of her. Oh, she's just some slut. Another porno slut. Okay, well, good for her. I'm so delighted to know this information. Gilden. Then these dumb ladies want to quit and pretend like it never happened. Unbelievable. Well, if you had $95 million from OnlyFans, you wouldn't care about what anybody would think. You just wouldn't give a shit. Could all be fake, just PR, you know? Yeah, it's so easy to get free porn, yet dummies pay OnlyFans girls. Unbelievable. When you think about it, that is unbelievable. But, you know. Ah. All right, let's wrap up the show with some $100 super chats. What do you say? Let's get something going here, and then I've already missed everything I was going to be doing, and I want to get up very early tomorrow. Halway, crappy. Since the boom in high-tech household appliance sales, such as smoothie makers, air fryers, steam cleaners, I'm thinking of bringing a premium $900 toilet brush to market. Why not? There's a market for that. What would your $900 toilet brush do that would make it worth or appear to be worth $900? Or do you not want to say for risk of somebody else stealing your idea? That's not grifting, Rufus. That's not grifting. That's just asking for viewer support. Let me give an example. Grifting, an example of grifting would be, I'm going to go to England and sue that fucker. This goes back on one of those other channels. I'm going to go to England. I need money to get to England. Help me super chat money so I can fly to England and sue that guy in court in England. And then you raise all this money and then you never go. Okay. Grifting, another example of grifting is, no, e-banking is not grifting. I'm just seeking support for the channel. That's all. And for my life. Another example of grifting would be, well, when Archie had that serious court case with the Brisbane rail train system, whatever that was about, okay? Brisbane Rail or something like that. He was e-begging for money to hire a lawyer because the legal bills were real and it was very expensive, and he faced going to prison by the Australian kangaroo court, literally, that was handling the case, okay? If you were watching Archie at the time, you'll know Queensland Rail, that's what it was called. That was a big story, and he was e-begging, please, I need money for my legal defense. I need money, send money. I want to go to prison. I got to win this case. This is seriously high stakes shit. People were sending him money. And then his attorney prevailed in the court, and he got off, okay? He got a good attorney, and he won the case. The attorney that represented Archie appeared on his show when the case was over. And this is a fact, okay? And he was talking to Archie, and he said something, now this is a long time ago, but he said something like, well, Art, they were talking about the case and how important it was. And the lawyer said, well, Archie, I really believe strongly in this case. When I saw your story in the newspapers and on TV about what the Queensland Rail was going to do to you, I said, no, this is too important. So that's when I contacted you and offered you pro bono services to represent you on this case, because, well, when he said that, Archie went, oh, you could see his face like, oh, because the lawyer admitted it was a pro bono case. He believed so strongly in it, he wanted to do the case and help Archie prevail in the court. Now that was grifting, baby. Because he knew it was a free legal help, but he was, pleading for money. I got to pay the lawyer. Please help money. I need money. But it was a free case. The lawyer worked for free. Now that's a grift, and that's an elegant, first-class grift. I don't do that. I just ask for money for support and to help me, pay bills. But hey, as you say, I'm not against it. You say, right? But hey, if the audience doesn't mind being grifted, then it's not for me to, judge. But yeah, I certainly can have an opinion on what grifting is. Okay. Palway, I can't say what technological edge my $900 toilet brush will have, but each one will be hand-signed by Palway and have been used in Palway's toilet before shipping. I don't know if you're going to get $900 per toilet brush just because it was used in your own toilet. But then again, you don't know who's out there. So good luck with your adventure there, with your latest project. Exactly. Oh, grifting would be send money now, send money now. I'm the poor. I need the money. I need the money. I don't have any money. Send money now. Send money now. Send money now. I'm the poor. And then what did we find out? Well, we kind of all knew it anyway, but
to come on, but like, dude, what do? I lost so much money. Seriously, I didn't know I could lose this much money this fast. I'm so pissed. I lost so much money today. So much money yesterday. I lost like 3 Yacht Masters in like a couple days. 3 Yacht Masters. 3 Yacht Masters. 3 Yacht Masters. 3 Yacht Masters.
Why would you send your own fun money to people that have money so they can have fun with your money? Support original content, not unoriginal ripped off. Live streams.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. Yeah. But listen, hats off to the guy, because he made many tens of thousands of dollars, you know, and there was a lot of entertainment value in that. But I mean, like, for reals, you know, he's the poor. Okay. Now, he said it himself. He said, quote, "I don't need the money. I like the money. I can have fun with the money, but I don't need the money." And then he also said later on, these $5, $10 super chats, fuck those. I don't care about those. So, hey, you know, good for him. You know, he's got the money. Okay, he's down 100K. So, well, that's what he said. He was down 91K. And then a week or two ago, he said he was only down 50K. I understand it's only on paper, but you know, you're still down, you know. But anyway, no, not at all. Versace, Morty is not grifting. He reinvests 100% of super chats into the show. Producing quality content is not inexpensive. Well, I also try to pay off my debt. I have tens of thousands of dollars of debt trying to pay off. It's just, you know, whatever. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I'll tell you this, whatever money I get, I don't go out and buy Rolexes, you know, or Nomos watches or any watch, you know. I mean, if anyway, whatever. Nobody cares. It's okay. All right. It's 11:30, and I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to put on I did all that laundry. I'm going to put on the clean bedding and take a shower, shave, shit, the whole thing, and go to sleep. Pop some pills and go to sleep. And try and get up at 6:30. And tomorrow should be really, really good for me. But nobody cares. Yeah. So I'll wrap it up in 1 minute. 1 minute, we'll close out the show. I want to thank everybody for watching the show tonight. In particular, thanks to the donors, Boris, AD Never Calling, MT85, AD Never Calling, MT85, Mega Value, and Gigadwa. So we hit like 34, 36, 38 viewers, and there's only 3-4 people who help out financially with me on the channel. It's so disheartening, so depressing, so hopeless. Hopeless. Rufus, I'm with you. This year I'm aggressively paying off all my debt. Well, yeah. I'm selling off everything I can, which is not much. If I can't sell it, I'm just going to throw it out or give it away to all the Goodwill. And maybe even, I don't want to, but sell off some of my huge arsenal stuffs. But that's not going to give me enough money, or much money, really. Because I only have a collection of high-point firearms, which only cost like $110 each for each handgun. So you sell a high point, all you're going to get is, what, $15-20? So that's not going to give me any money. I am a member of the High Point Firearms mailing list and fan club. I think they make the best product. Oh, thank you, Rufus. Thank you for the sentiment. Nice. Yeah, fuck Beretta and Smith & Wesson. Those brands are just overpriced crap. High Point, that's the way to... When your life depends on it, you want a High Point pistol and rifle. I have no idea what that means, Gigadwa. So it's been 2 hours and 50 minutes. I haven't had to take a piss break. I've been holding it in for almost 3 hours to do this show. That's how dedicated I am. Or mentally ill, depends how you look at it. Look up High Point Yeet Cannon. What the fuck? All right. What the fuck is this? All right. High Point, the model Yeet Cannon 9mm. What the fuck is this? Why is it called a Yeet Cannon? What the fuck? Weighs 34.2 ounces. That's heavier than a Beretta 92. Unbelievable. What do you get with it? 10-round mag. 100% American parts and assembly. Polymer frame. Free extra rear peep sight. Free trigger lock. Quick on-off manual safety. Plus P rated. Why do they call it Yeet? $236 retail. So it's probably about $175 at a store. $150. Well, let's take a look. I can link it right here. It's $206 at KY Gun Co., Kentucky Gun Company. Why is it called Yeet? Jesus. Amazing. All right, I learned something tonight. High point Yeet cannon. Amazing. People deck them out with red dots and whatnot, because you can yeet it at someone if need be. But I don't know. I guess I don't know what yeet means. I'm not one of... I don't know the lingo. Okay. Oh, yeet means throw. In what language does yeet mean throw? Let me look up yeet. What does yeet mean? Merriam-Webster. Yeet is a slang word that functions broadly with the meaning to throw, but is especially used to emphasize forcefulness and a lack of concern for the thing being thrown. Yeet is also used as an interjection, most often to express excitement or enthusiasm. When a new word's unbelievable. Not to be confused with skeet, not to be confused with sheet. Yeet. All right. Anyway, all right. Well, there you go. That's the new word, yeet. Got it. That'll end the show. Thank you all very much for watching and for the donors. Expect on the other shows the usual face blasting and splashback from those people who've been watching in the background. Expect that, you know. Yeah, and whatever, that's it. So thank you very much and good night.